When I asked people if they wanted to see a video on the British flag, a lot of people said that they thought it would be incredibly boring and that I shouldn't do it because it had been done to death. But deciding on this, I thought why not make a whole video series about it, and today's video is going to be about the Irish flag. You might be going, hold on a minute, but clearly this green, white and orange tricolour isn't anywhere on the British flag. Well, Ireland did actually play a part in making up the modern Union flag of Great Britain, and to find out how, you need to keep watching. So first of all, we are going to look at the flag of Ireland, which is this beautiful specimen you see here in front of you. And if we break it down, we have obviously a green stripe on the one side. It is a vertical tricolour with a white stripe in the middle, and finally an orange stripe on the far right of the design. The green stripe is always the one that is on the side of the flag when it is flying on the mast side. So first of all, we have a green flag, and the green is a very old and traditional colour that belongs to Ireland, and this was actually a flag that was used by rebels for quite a long time in Ireland, and right up until the Easter Rising this was probably the favoured flag for most people in Ireland that they associated with it. And as I said, the green was seen as being a colour of rebellion, and the Irish were in rebellion for quite a long time because of the English and later British occupation of parts and most of the country, which is why they had this green side on it. Now at the same time you had people who were Protestant in Ireland as a result of the Ulster Plantation as well as other factors, and they had a favoured colour which wasn't green. In opposition to the green, this was orange. And the reason this was orange is because of William of Orange, the king or the stadhouder of the Netherlands, later king of England and Scotland and Ireland. And if you want to find out more about this, I actually have a video up about why orange is used and is loved and both hated in Ireland at the moment. So do forget to check that one out if you want to see that. But in short, essentially it was that there was a Catholic population who were a majority in Ireland, and there was a Protestant population who was essentially there because they'd been planted there by the kings of Scotland and England to subdue the Irish in an attempt at ethnic cleansing. Now, they were having a bit of a hard time as they were outnumbered by the Catholics and they were constantly fighting each other, and it seemed like the Protestants might all be killed in Ireland. However, at the last minute, the Dutch invaded during the Glorious Revolution and William managed to save the day, which is why the Protestants in both England and Ireland both very much liked William of Orange and adopted the colour orange as the colour of their people, because he essentially saved them with his timely intervention at the Battle of the Boyne in 1690, as well as the other campaigns in Ireland under, for example, his generals Hilbert. So now let's go back to the Irish flag and to the Irish tricolour. Now, why is it a tricolour and why wasn't it the green harp? Well, it's a tricolour because it's like the French flag. Obviously the French had had a revolution and the Irish were very much inspired by this. And a long time in the 19th century they flew the Irish tricolour next to the French tricolour because they were quote unquote brothers in revolution. Now, they did have some other ideas for flags and tricolours, and obviously the French flag is hashtag not your flag, hashtag remember Maastricht, hashtag they stole our flag, because it's really just the Dutch flag, because the original rebels in Europe were of course the Dutch. The Irish tricolour was first actually flown by Sir Thomas Francis Maher, who was actually an Irish leader in the American Civil War and famously led the Irish Brigade, of which there are many brilliant stories that I need to dedicate a few videos to. But before he went off to fight in the American Civil War, he was the first one to unveil his new flag to the general public, which was of course the tricolour, which he did in 1848. Now, it's possible that he was inspired by the flag of Newfoundland, where his father was from, which is this flag, and obviously they take a lot of inspiration from that, and actually quite a few different flags in various tricolours formed during this period before the Easter Rising of 1916 and when the Irish were rebelling. So for example, you have sometimes that the orange was instead a yellow colour, or that they moved the green to the centre of the flag, not on the outside, and they even came up with this absolute abomination where they decided to try and represent the Presbyterians, who most of them come over from Scotland again, as the blue side of the tricolour. And yeah, I'm quite glad they didn't choose this one in the end. And they even had a horizontal one, which was the Parnellite version from the Irish League, the Irish National League, which was this one. But in the end, they settled on the tricolour. And the tricolour really comes into its own during the Easter Rising of 1916, when this was really the flag that was used. Now, before that, they also had a plough flag, which I should mention, again related to the hammer and sickle, that kind of thing, because there were quite a few socialists involved as well with that kind of rebellion, the ploughman's flag. But again, this is the flag that was unveiled at the Easter Rising and that the men marched under. And this is the flag that became the flag of the Free State, the Irish Free State, after they earned their independence. And both sides of the Irish Civil War claimed this flag as their own. The Free Staters then saying that it was theirs, and the anti-treaty Irishmen also claiming that the Free State was using it, was appropriating the flag, that kind of thing. And it is still indeed the flag of the Republic of Ireland today. Now, how does this relate to the Union flag then? Because obviously it's not on there. Well, when Ireland was still a possession of Great Britain, they created a foundation called the Order of St. Patrick. St. Patrick is obviously the patron saint of Ireland, and this order was essentially Irish loyalists, and the flag they created for this was the flag of St. Patrick, which had St. Patrick's saltire on, which is the red and white saltire. And this was actually inspired by the Earls of Kildare, who in another video in my series on Henry VII, I'm not sure if this will be uploaded yet, but he was one of the ones who helped the Perkin Warbeck, the Yorkist pretender to the throne, and sent some of his men over to England, although this was ill-fated and they were defeated at the Battle of Stoke. So you can see that his arms on there are the reason that they were on St. Patrick's saltire, and St. Patrick's saltire is still on the Union flag of Britain today, although Ireland obviously is not part of Britain anymore. Northern Ireland is, so they thought we'll just keep it. Alright everyone, thank you very much for watching this video on the Irish flag, and also some other Irish flaggy information, some designs that could have been the Irish flag, what the symbolism of it all was, and how, by the by, even though it's not on there today, the Irish flag of St. Patrick did make it onto the Union flag of the United Kingdom, which is why we still have it today. So don't forget to check out any of my other videos that I might have mentioned or that are in the description below. Not only my videos, I'll put other people's videos in there as well when I think they're relevant and worth a watch. So thanks very much for watching. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up, comment anything you like in the comment section below, and I hope I will be seeing you all again soon for some more History with Hilbert.